Our group will be talking about religion in China and Iran. First, we begin with China. Um, most Chinese are atheist or unaffiliated with any religion, but for those who aren't, there are five major religions: Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, Catholicism, and Protestantism. It's very difficult to obtain accurate statistics about religious followers in China due to the fact that the government discourages collecting these numbers. But best estimates have shown that China is about 18% Buddhist, 5% Christian, 20% folk religious, 2% Muslim, and about 50% unaffiliated. As you can see, the majority of Chinese do not believe in a religion, but in the West, Islam and Buddhism dominate, while in the East, atheism and Christianity have taken hold. China has an interesting and violent history with religion. Until the rise of communism after the fall of the last Chinese dynasty, China was very open and receptive to religion. This is evident in the country of Taiwan, which is a remnant of pre-communist China, where Taoism and Buddhism and Christianity are the three major religions. However, following the rise of the Communist Party under Mao Zedong, China became hostile to religion, converting many places of worship into state buildings and discouraging religion in order to place the state and the worker above all other influences. However, by the late 1970s, under the leadership of Deng Xiaoping and modern Chinese leaders, China underwent economic and social reforms and relaxed its policies against religion. This is evident as the number of religious believers in China grew rapidly after this point. However, the government still exerts a lot of control over religion in China. The government is supposed to guarantee freedom of religious belief. However, it limits religious beliefs to those five religions discussed earlier as the only practices it believes are normal. The practice of other faiths, such as Judaism, is formally prohibited but sometimes tolerated in underground churches and other meetings. The Chinese government has at times encouraged people to become more in tune with traditional Chinese religions as it emphasizes its cultural history and the power of China. Chinese people have become more in touch with their cultural history and, as a result, have turned towards traditional folk religions and Taoism. However, this rise in belief has led to conflicts between the Chinese government and groups which it deems to be subversive, such as the Falun Gong and Tibetan Buddhists. This is the reason that the Dalai Lama lives outside China even to this day. He is not allowed to enter the country. There are over a dozen religions which are banned by China, and the followers of these religions are persecuted, including the Church of Almighty Gods, the Shouters, and the Falun Gong. The Chinese government officially believes that these groups deceive their followers into practicing their religion, but in reality, this is simply a ploy to exert greater control over its people and ensure that religious practices which could lead to questioning of authority are stopped. Now we move on to Iran, which takes a markedly different approach to religion than China. Iran is actually a theocracy, a form of government in which a country is ruled by religious leaders. The state religion of Islam is Twelver Shiism, a branch of the Shia sect of Islam. 89% of Iranians are Shia, 9% are Sunni, the other major branch of Islam, and under 2% of Iranians are any other religion, including Baha'is, Jews, and Christians. As you can clearly see, Shias dominate Iran throughout the country. The only exceptions are near Turkey and Iraq, where there are Sunni Kurds, and near Pakistan, where there are Sunni Baluch Muslims. Religion plays a major role in the Iranian government. The supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is also the country's religious leader. He was chosen by the Assembly of Experts, Iran's head religious body, and he is the head of state of the country and controls the army. Iran is a country founded on Sharia law. The Council of Guardians, which is like the U.S. Supreme Court, interprets the Constitution of Iran and ensures that all laws are in accordance with the Constitution and Sharia law. Non-Muslims have a very small place in the government and the army. They hold almost no legislative seats and are, while required to serve in the army, are ranked below any Muslim serving. Sharia law in Iran has led to serious abuses of power. Women are treated unequally and are forced to wear the hijab at all times. And in addition, publicly renouncing one's faith or attempting to convert others to non-Islamic religions is punishable by death, which is very scary if you're not a Muslim in Iran. While Christianity, Judaism, and Zoroastrianism, as they believe in the Abrahamic God, are supposed to be protected, in practice there is little de facto religious freedom, and the Iranian government often persecutes and imprisons non-religious minorities. This has been especially true of the Baha'is, a religious group not recognized by the Iranian constitution and considered to be illegal. Baha'is have been stripped of many rights of citizenship. They cannot enter universities, have standing in courts, marry, or even leave the country to escape to a better life. Since the Iranian Revolution, the government has killed approximately 200 Baha'is, which is a tragedy. The government has also taken a sharply anti-Semitic bent since it was founded. Iran officially does not recognize Israel. Former President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has denied the Holocaust and called for Israel to be eliminated. While the religious leaders of Iran often use Islam to control and further their own interests, Islam does play a major role in the daily lives of Iranians, many of whom are peaceful. 83% say religion plays an important role in their lives, but even so, there is a lot of pressure in Iranian society to follow your faith and be Muslim, which makes it very hard for non-religious minorities, and others who live